I am N.S. Venkatraman. I am speaking on behalf of Nandini Consultancy Center, a firm of chemical engineers and chemical business consultants based in Chennai and Singapore. All those in India who have been aspiring that India should set up globally competitive green hydrogen energy project that would enable India to solve the likely problem of the impending energy crisis and also reduce the impact due to the use of fossil fuel on global warming. All such good-hearted Indians have been disappointed that Adani Group has decided not to go ahead with the fully subscribed rupees 20,000 crore follow-on public offer. Out of these rupees 20,000 crore that was in the public offer, Adani Group earlier said that around 10,800 crores would be spent towards the green hydrogen project as well as airports and roads. Adani further said that substantial amount would be invested in the green energy project, and over the next 10 years, Adani Group further said that it would develop the green hydrogen project to the globally competitive level, globally competitive standards. All these announcements by Adani Group earlier have given great enthusiasm and hope to the aspiring for setting up globally competitive green hydrogen energy project in India. Unfortunately, with Adani Group not proceeding with the public issue, all the hopes that green hydrogen project will come in a big way seem to have been dashed right now to some extent as far as Adani Group is concerned. Now, let us have a look at the need for the green hydrogen energy project in India. India presently imports around 80% of its crude oil requirement, amounting to around 250 million tons per annum. India is also importing around 50% of India's requirement of natural gas, which amount to around 35 billion cubic meter per annum. Import requirement of crude oil and natural gas are likely to increase at 6 to 7% per annum in the coming years, as domestic production of crude oil and natural gas are likely to remain virtually stagnant in India in the coming years. Amongst many plans being implemented by the government of India to reduce the use of fossil fuel and avoid global warming, promotion of green energy projects in a big way is one of the very important strategies. Government of India has allotted rupees 35,000 crore for green energy projects in the 2023-24 annual budget now. Government of India is targeting to generate 5 million tons of green hydrogen annually from the year 2030 onwards, which is the quantity of non-green hydrogen presently consumed by the industry in India today. This shift to green hydrogen would avoid 30 to 40 million tons of carbon dioxide emissions per annum and avoid import of more than rupees 60,000 crores worth of crude oil and natural gas. All this can happen if the green hydrogen project would be set up as per the target set up by the government of India. Now look at what is Adani Group's proposed plans. Adani Group's business plans include coal trading, mining, FMGG, that is Adani Wilmar, seaport, solar power manufacturing, airports, roads, data centers, green hydrogen, and so on. If the proposed public offer by Adani Group would have been accepted by Adani Group, about rupees 10,800 crores would have been used to fund capital needs of green hydrogen project, airports, and expressways. Green hydrogen project proposal of Adani Group cover green hydrogen ecosystem from scratch from the beginning, which would involve research and development efforts, process optimization efforts, technology betterment efforts, and lead to setting up green hydrogen projects of globally competitive standards. While a few other green hydrogen projects have been announced in India and are in a preliminary stage, green hydrogen project announced by Adani Group is one of the largest that have been announced in India so far. Now, given this scenario, now having seen the need for the green energy project, now let us look into a big setback for green energy hydrogen projects in India today due to these reasons. Here, what you find the situation here today in India is very strange and unacceptable. There is a big setback that is now happening for India's project investment plans. Private sector investments in projects like what Adani Group has announced have to be happen in a big way if India were to attain the target of $5 trillion economy in the coming years. Obviously, to attain this target, many massive projects require huge investment, for which large public issues of several thousand crores of rupees are required. If such public issues were to be throttled and sabotaged by vicious and motivated campaign by some so-called research groups, then it would result in a big setback for India's future development programs and aspirations and targets. When an industrial group achieves spectacular growth, it is seen that those who cannot match the performance of the fast-growing group view such performance with surprise and even disbelief. There have been cases and instances in the past all over the world where the competitors from India or abroad who try to directly or indirectly launch campaign against the fast-growing group and support negative campaign. There have also been seen cases where motivated environmental groups have scuttled the projects by carrying out hate campaign and stating unproven environmental violations against the particular companies to throttle the project. The immediate example that we all know is the closure of the Sterlite copper project in Tamil Nadu. There have been many instances that show such motivated campaign across the world for whatever reasons. These conditions cause setback to India's plans to achieve big leap forward. This is a matter of great concern to all of us. Now, given this situation, let us look into the picture where Adani Group has suffered due to the such fault campaign. Now, what is going to happen here is Adani Group, whatever the reputation that lost or gained, which can get it in the course of time, what is going to happen is the future projects that are going to be set up in the country are facing an uncertainty. Because of this reason, what is going to happen is several entrepreneurs, genuine entrepreneurs, who come forward to set up projects and go for public issues may suffer difficulty. This is a matter of great concern. Without such projects, India cannot move on. That is the basic things. Now, as far as the Adani Group is concerned, now what it may happen is Adani Group may come back to normalcy, but the setback that has already happened is very serious and certainly will cause some sort of uncertainty in the mind of the project entrepreneurs in the country. The net result of this scenario is that of the entire episode is that India has lost a great opportunity to make a big leap forward in green hydrogen energy projects. All over the world, several multinational companies are spending huge amount of time, energy, and investments in developing green energy projects. India also need to do this. That is the target of the Prime Minister, Mr. Modi. That is one reason why he is setting huge emphasis on green hydrogen energy projects and allotted substantial money to promote these particular projects. Adani Group's efforts have been one to support the Prime Minister's cause by promoting the green energy project and green hydrogen project. This has suffered. Now, while discussing about the entire Adani episode, the whole discussion everywhere has been about whether right or wrong of the public issue of Adani. But what I am more concerned about is not these fiscal issues, but the fact that India has lost a glorious opportunity to go in a big way with the green hydrogen energy projects. Here, this is a matter of great concern for all of us, and we all have to think about all these episodes very carefully. And Indian entrepreneurs in future have to take much more efforts and much more determination to face the competitors either from India or abroad, or the detractors from India or abroad in launching fresh projects. This episode, Adani episode, is a great lesson for all of us in India. All said and done, the fact is India has lost an opportunity to go set up a massive hydrogen energy project in a big way that could be globally competitive. This is the sad scenario. Particularly a developing country like India cannot afford this kind of scenario. Thank you very much.